So Dallas fans are still getting over the Luka Doncic trade, and now they are fearing a Micah Parsons trade as well. We'll get into why and whether or not it could actually happen. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. For those of you who missed it, Micah Parsons became a topic of conversation on Sunday when NFL Network reported that the Cowboys have had some discussions about potentially trading Parsons. But we'll get into the actual report in a moment, and we'll talk about whether or not a trade is realistic or not, given the Cowboys' circumstance right now. But first, some context. 2025 will be the fifth-year option season for Parsons in his rookie deal, but he's expected to become one of the highest-paid players in the NFL and probably the highest-paid non-quarterback in league history after putting together a remarkable first 4 years in the NFL. And because the Cowboys just paid Dak Prescott, they just paid CeeDee Lamb, people are naturally concerned because they might be thinking, well, will they also pay Micah? And if so, will they be able to even build a team around these superstar players? That is a very complicated conversation, maybe for a later day. But for now, let's focus on the report. What did it actually say? Well, Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, insiders for NFL Network, reported, and I quote, "While there have been no trade talks, sources say there have been at least some internal discussions about whether to pay Parsons or trade him for a king's ransom. If the Cowboys are willing to listen, they may get it." And if you're asking yourself, okay, but are the Cowboys really thinking about it? I think the key is in the phrasing, right? There have at least been some internal discussions about whether to pay Parsons or trade him. That could mean anything. And if we're being honest, any NFL team that is making a decision to pay a player as the highest paid defender in the history of the sport, they at least have to ask themselves, well, what would we get if we did move on from him? How many first-round picks? Does it make sense? Are we going to be rebuilding? Are we going to be in win-now mode? You at least have to put his name up on a whiteboard and discuss it. This is to say, every time you're going to sign a player to a huge deal, you should be looking into every possible option. But that is one thing, and to frame it as the Cowboys might trade or are thinking about trading Micah Parsons would be an exaggeration. So if you ask me, is it possible? I would say everything is, but this is just something that doesn't look like it's going to happen. The Cowboys have talked about extending Micah Parsons for a long time. Even Jerry Jones in Super Bowl week said that that is the goal. He even said, don't expect a lot in free agency because the goal is going to be similar to last year. We got to pay our guy. And that is a key phrase as well, because I give the Cowboys a lot of criticism for not spending a lot in free agency. I think they should trade for more proven veteran players. But the one thing that they do is they pay their guys. They pay their players. Stars that they drafted, they reward with big-time contract extensions. They might take a long time to do so, and that might hurt the Cowboys' salary cap management, but that is not the theme of this video, of this conversation. The theme is, would they actually go as far as trading him? And here's the thing. You could make an argument that that should happen. You could make the argument that just like the Chiefs traded away Tyreek Hill, the Cowboys should do the same with Micah to get a haul of picks and rebuild the team. But even that's something that we're not used to seeing with the Cowboys. They're not that proactive. Chances are, knowing how the Cowboys operate, the deal is going to get done. It might take a long time for us to get there. It might happen until training camp. Micah might hold out, but don't expect to see Micah Parsons anywhere else because that's just not how the Cowboys do things. However, do expect them to keep making headlines because that's what they love to do. And hey, here at A to Z Sports Dallas, we'll set the record straight every time.